Hi friends. This is like the second video, or you may not know it, this is the second video in my no buy, low buy until December 2024. And just to recount, things that are on my no buy list are clothing, jewelry, shoes, handbags, wallets, and accessories. Ideally, I'm only spending on things that are needed, not necessarily things that are wanted. Things that don't count are hobbies, not shopping, of course, um, and forbidden, like items like clothing items, if I have to replace them and they're worn out or completely destroyed. So I did start with a journal. So I've been kind of keeping this with me, which kind of fills out some of my revelations in my journey that I'll share with you guys. Um, I did do my first video on the 25th of August, but just to kind of cap off, very like summarize pretty quickly some of this, like on the 22nd of August, I still trolled my favorite sites. There was a sale. Kate Spade had a pretty significant sale, and I didn't buy anything. So, and I also dreamt of jewelry that night, stuff that was so beautiful that I would put aside until after my no buy was over. So obviously, this is getting to me on a subconscious level as well, right? Um, on the 23rd of August, I was dying for the Ozette bucket bag by Strathberry. The price of this thing is $670. So, am I nuts? Is what I wrote in my journal. I wanted it so damn bad that I was at work and I was having a lunch period and I was actually kind of bored. So, it is what it is, right? And then on the 26th, I just basically scrolled some of my favorite websites. But on the 27th in my journal, I came up with some of the things that I've done to make shopping a little bit more challenging for me to hopefully stick away from buying items. So, one of the things that I did was unsubscribe from my favorite websites. Brahmin was one of them, Kate Spade, Coach, and all that other good stuff. So I'd get my inbox inundated with all of these wonderful ads and beautiful handbags and whatnot. And all it did was just draw me to the website and, kind of complete the cycle of shopping and scrolling, right? So um, I do miss getting those emails because my inbox feels a lot emptier. And, you know, so, anyways, it is what it is, right? I also removed my credit card from Amazon and Costco and some other sites that I might be more inclined to just kind of like drop a purchase on. There's two benefits to that. Firstly, there's been a few times where I haven't actually bought some things because it wasn't so convenient to do so. Like when I had to actually enter my stuff in off of Amazon, I kind of realized, I didn't really need that pepper grinder that much, right? Like, even though we kind of need one, I was like, okay, my husband can buy that. Speaking of wonderful husbands, he actually came up with a great Christmas idea that he said that I could either get a purse, a handbag, or a set of shoes that were on sale for up to $400 off. If I bought it before Christmas, I wouldn't be able to use it until Christmas, but hey, that just takes a whole lot of craving out, knowing that I have an ace in the hole, so to speak. He's a wonderful husband. I also have to chip into some of his hobbying gifts and stuff like that, so it kind of works out, but it was pretty generous of him, so I'm super pleased with that. Anyways, so what else did I do? Unfollowed a lot of the Facebook websites and groups that I was on. The only one I didn't leave off of was the Flumunity from John Fluvog Shoes, because they're a really bunch of wonderful and supportive people there. So, and I still share my kind of outfit of the day when I'm strolling in my shoes with these people. So I didn't want to get rid of it. I've been watching several YouTube videos to get kind of motivation and means by how people have kind of overcome their shopping addiction and stuff like that. So what else we got going on here? And logging and chronicling, right? I also realized on the 27th of August that I had spent a lot of my spare time scrolling, looking up websites for a lot of my favorite purchases. And like we're talking like hours, like in a day, or at least an hour, minimum of an hour, 2 hours of a day, just scrolling for shit to buy, right? So, you know, I, lately to fill that gap, because I kind of akin it to any sort of addiction. If you're a smoker, it's not, once you pass the nicotine addiction, it's kind of the hobby, the habit that is the hardest part to kick, right? So you need something to do to take the place of your activities. So I've been doing a lot of reading lately, and until I can kind of come up with a hobby or something that I find that will be kind of will fill that niche for me. So that's kind of how I've been spending some of my extra time. But I have still visited some of my favorite websites, so I'm not going to lie about that, right? I'm only human. What else? I mentioned talking to friends and family about this challenge. And also, yeah, all right. So, sorry, I got hooked in again here. Yeah, so I've been reading more, and on the 27th of August, I still had to pay off $240 worth of shoes that I had purchased before I could start actively saving money that I would normally have earmarked to spend. As of today, I have to say I am beautiful feeling. I am currently debt-free. I've paid off my shoes, I've paid off my visa, I've paid off everything, like basically, and I was also able to manage to put aside about $1,000 for our retirement, which was part of the agreement that we had. So now that I've paid off all of that stuff and I'm not buying anything, although I did buy one thing, I went to IKEA and I bought a pillow, and it was $69. But to me, that's kind of more of an essential than it is a luxury purchase or buy, because I've been having a hard time with my neck lately, and and it worked out really well. So go me, right? What else we got going on here? And I'm also on a low sugar, no sugar kind of challenge. Yep, that's me, the queen of self-improvement lately, right? Also going to the gym and doing strength and conditioning times three to 5 times per week. And I'm actually starting to see some muscle definition, and I think I may be starting to lose a little bit of weight, but I took a before picture, which I'm not going to share with anybody. And maybe once I get the after picture, I might consider sharing the before and after picture. But on the 28th of August, I watched a YouTube video titled "Fast Fashion is Hot Garbage." It actually made me feel kind of bad about buying cheap clothing. I mean, I get that if it's the only thing you can afford and whatnot, but the apparently the fast fashion industry is literally catastrophic for the environment. It's probably one of the top carbon emission causing problems, like right up in there next to oil and whatnot. So realistically, it's pretty wild. So basically, if you look up on YouTube, I can't remember who the creator was. It's called "Fast Fashion is Hot Garbage." The guy presents the problem in a kind of humoristic and engaging light, and also brings home a lot of some of the problems that, okay, I can't solve it myself. I know that, right? Like, there's me choosing not to go to Zara is not going to save the world, but maybe if I send you this link, you go see that, and so on and so on and so on, right? It's a possibility. So there was also a link for a company called United by Zero. Oh my God, I gotta pause this. My cat is playing. Hang on. Okay, so I'm back. I didn't really consider the environment much when making my fashion choices, but the scale of waste and the working conditions, actually, that's also a big thing too. Is this, like, why should, that's one of the reasons why I'm careful about, like, if I purchase diamonds, blood diamonds is a real thing, and having something sparkly on my finger isn't worth the blood and terror that somebody else had to go through, just to get, funding for these bloody guerrilla groups, right? So, and also there's apparently there's a video called "The Story of Stuff," which really brings this to light. And that's kind of one of my next pet projects to go and take a look at. So that pretty much summarizes my video for today. Hopefully I haven't bored you. I try to keep them a little bit short and to the point. So when people say, hey, 5 things that help me stop shopping, and then they go on and on and on about something, and you're like, just get to the point, right? Like, some people have a lot of really good stuff to say, but meat and potatoes, right? So that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to try and deliver you the meat and potatoes. Hopefully this weekend I'll also be able to do a little video on my handbag and stuff, which, again, if you think, hey, consumerism is kind of hypocritical to say, hey, look at my stuff. But I started doing these videos after acquiring this stuff, and also, to be honest with you, all of the stuff that I'll be showing you is stuff that I very much appreciate and very much use and plan to have for the next decade easily. So it's clothing or handbags or shoes that bring me immense pleasure when I use them. So it's not like, hey, I'm just swapping them out and chucking them and whatnot. So that's my justification. I haven't bought any new handbags or shoes since I started this challenge. I haven't bought handbags since, oh man, it's been a while. Quite surprised. Not for lack of trying, but anyway, so that is my video for the week, and I really thank you for watching and joining me on this journey. Any suggestions for improvements or whatnot, always welcome. So anyways, have a wonderful weekend.